In this video, I'm gonna show you how I stopped crossing the line at the top of the swing and instead look more like this now at the top of the swing. Let's do it. So really, when you're crossing the line like that, there's three things that are happening. The first thing that's happening is your lead arm here is bending. You see, if I go to my old top of the backswing position and I straighten it and I straighten my lead arm, look what happens to the club. So that's the first step, is this arm is most likely bent. And if you straighten it, it'll automatically fix everything. So if you focus on keeping your arm straight the whole swing, good things are gonna happen. The next thing is, look at this elbow. It's a flying elbow. Now, many of the greats had this flying elbow. Jack Nicklaus, flying elbow. Scotty Scheffler, flying elbow. Fred Couples, flying elbow. But these guys are elite golfers that just know how to move their body in space. We need to keep this arm tucked in at the top of the swing, because as soon as we let it fly, the club's gonna fly, and then it's almost impossible to try to get the club back on the ball for us everyday golfers, or weekend golfers, or maybe you golf once every half a year. I don't know. So to prevent this, watch what happens as I tuck in this arm. Boom, the club isn't past the line. So if we keep our trail arm tucked in at the top of the swing, we keep our lead arm straight, so tucked in, straight, we have already done two of the steps to not cross the line, and that is how I stopped crossing the line. The third thing I did to stop crossing the line is you need to turn correctly, because you can't keep your trail arm tucked in and your lead arm straight if you don't turn properly. And the main culprit here is how much you're turning your hips. Because if you look at the natural motion of your body, when your hips fully set, then your upper body can continue going. But watch what happens if I don't fully set my hips. I can't set them, and then my upper body wants to go down. So I can't just turn like this. If I don't set my hips enough, it goes down. But it's easier to fully set your hips when you're standing straight up and down than when you're bent over. So when you're bent over, if you don't fully set your hips and then that motion happens, your arms raise, and when your arms raise, your arm's most likely to bend, your elbow's most likely to fly. So we need to turn correctly and fully set this hip. So to do that, what I'd like you to do is stand on one leg and prop up your trail foot. And this is really gonna open up your hips and let you turn around you. Keep this arm straight and this arm tucked in, because you can turn more. And then just turn back through the shot. So turn on one leg and then turn back through the shot. And because you're turning properly and you're setting your hips enough, your upper body can turn like it's naturally supposed to. And so your brain's going, hold up, I can't just stop here, I'm gonna keep going. But once you turn it properly, you feel like you can keep your lead arm straight and this arm tucked in and still have enough power to hit the ball to be consistent and hit those powerful golf shots. So to stop crossing the line, start with this arm straight, start with this arm tucked in, keep this arm straight, keep this arm tucked in, and turn properly. Try to replicate this motion in the swing. So it might help you to set up with your hips more closed, to have your stance more closed, all in an effort to allow you to fully set your hips to where you can swing more around you instead of up and down. Because you want to be doing this motion right here instead of this. You want to be going right here. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, as that would really help me out. I teach the single plane swing, as I believe it is the easiest swing method. If you're trying to learn a method to hit a golf ball, it's the easiest swing method to possibly learn to hit great golf shots, and it's what I teach over at manningolf.com. I have a full course, step-by-step, that walks through the 4 fundamentals of the single plane swing. So go check that out, it's in the description, manningolf.com. But again, I hope you found some helpful tips in this video, and I hope the rest of your day goes well.